Hi, it's Wendy, and the other day I gave some very quick tips on how to be more open-minded, and I said I would go into a little bit more detail about each one. Well, today I'm going to talk about challenging your assumptions. Now, this is not an easy thing to do. It really does require quite a sort of a mature and open-minded approach to even begin to think about challenging your own assumptions. But I'm going to give you some tips and strategies, and I want to see how you go with that. The first thing is to engage in self-reflection. So, some people might have called this navel gazing. It doesn't hurt from time to time. You want to set aside a bit of time on a regular basis to think about why you hold certain beliefs and attitudes, where those ideas originated from. Consider your assumptions if they're based on personal experiences, which for most people they will be. If they are culturally influenced, if the information has come from reliable sources. So I think understanding the root, the origin of your assumptions is the first place where you need to start to help you assess, whether they are valid or not. The second one is to seek out, we call it disconfirming evidence. So often we like to hear other people confirm what we think, what we say, but that sometimes doesn't help us. It's not going to help us challenge our own assumptions. So what we want to do is seek out information and evidence that actually does not confirm what we are saying. So when you counter information that you already know that agrees with, that aligns with your existing beliefs, it's very easy to accept. We all want to accept that. We all want people to agree with what we say, and we want to find evidence to support everything that we say without any scrutiny. However, when you seek out disconfirming information or evidence, that helps us challenge our assumptions, helps us be a little bit more critical in our thinking, and encourages us to evaluate all sides of an argument and avoid what is also called confirmation bias. The next thing I want to talk about is it's called intellectual humility, or being a bit humble. So this might be hard for some people to actually imagine that they might not always be right. Yes, I know. Hard to imagine. But you do need to, if you're going to want to challenge your assumptions, you do need to understand that you will not always have the answers, that you will not always be right, and that there needs to be what I'd like to call some intellectual humility. So being a little bit humble. So also, embracing the fact that there is some uncertainty, that you don't, and acknowledging that you don't have all the answers. The next one, which sounds pretty frightening, it's called engaging in Socratic questioning. Well, what is that, you might ask? Okay, so what that is where you're continually asking yourself some probing questions to assess whether there's any truth or validity about what you're believing. All right, so one of the first questions you could ask yourself is, where is the evidence? Where are the facts to support this belief? It could be, you could ask another question, could there be some alternative possibilities? What are the consequences of believing something like this? So when you ask those types of questions, which I call Socratic questions, sounds very fancy, but when you ask that, it does help you in thinking a lot more critically and challenging those assumptions. Getting feedback from other people. So not just, listening to yourself drone on, but getting feedback from friends, from colleagues, from mentors who can give you some honest and constructive feedback on your assumptions and your beliefs. Read and view things widely and diversely. So expose yourself to a variety of perspectives, of opinions, of views. That could be reading, it could be watching something, it could be listening to something. So just hearing lots of different ideas, different viewpoints that don't and probably won't always agree with what you're thinking, what you're assuming, will help challenge some of those assumptions. You might like to attend debates, attend discussions, involve yourself in groups where you know there's going to be a variety and a difference of perspectives. Consider the consequences of your perspectives. Reflect on why you think certain things and the assumptions that you make, and how they will impact on other people, how they will impact on your decision making and the decision making of other people, and be aware of the implications of those assumptions. Stay curious and open-minded. Cultivate a curiosity. Be open to world experiences, and embrace new experiences as well too. Don't be afraid to step up and say, yeah, I'll try that. I'll do something different, which could challenge your view of life and of the world. So remember that challenging your assumptions, it is an ongoing process. It's not something that you say, okay, well, today's Tuesday, I think I'll challenge my assumptions today and then leave it at that. No, it is an ongoing process. If you want to improve personal, professional growth, it is an ongoing process. You can develop a more open-minded approach to the world. What this will do for you, the benefits are that it'll lead to more critical thinking, more informed decisions, improved relationships, and a better appreciation of different perspectives.